This is a video on the best way to install the new EuroGrip clamp. The new clamp comes with a quick release mechanism designed to make it easier for the end user to remove the grip. However, it does make the installation process a little trickier. So please be careful when fitting so to not cross thread and strip the inserts as well as the screws. It's important to avoid using any power tools or ratchets and only use an Allen key like this one. This is to avoid damaging these parts. Something to keep in mind once installed, most users will have it on for several years without the need to remove it, or at least until they change the vehicle. However, for some users like driving instructors, occupational therapists, or assessment centers who may remove and reinstall the clamp several times, just take note of these instructions, take your time, and avoid damaging these parts. The clamp will come with rubber spacers. However, for modern steering wheels, you'll rarely need to use them, although if the steering wheel is a bit thinner and you do need them, they've been provided. Step one, before actually installing the clamp on the steering wheel, you'll need to use the provided cleaning wipes to clean both inner faces of the clamp. If you're using the rubber spacers, clean both sides and make sure you clean the steering wheel area where you're going to mount the clamp really well before moving on to the next step, which we're going to show you now. Okay. So now we're going to install the EuroGrip clamp on a steering wheel. Important to start with the thinnest part of the steering wheel just to give you a bit of space to move around, but close enough to where you're going to permanently mount it. To start off with, don't use any tools. We're going to start threading the screws by hand. This is just to make sure we don't cross thread the screw in the insert, threaded insert. So place the two halves together. Trying to line them as best as possible before doing this, or you might struggle getting the screw in the threaded insert. Again, one hand holding both halves together, line them up and start threading the screw by hand. If it gets stuck, just unwind it and start again. This one's in, keep it loose. We'll start the second. Again, by hand. If it gets stuck, like it is now, just unwind it a bit, wait till it clicks, and start threading. So now they've both engaged the threads. We know it's not going to cross thread as you use your tool, and you can move it in its final position. Just have a little quick check that the EuroGrip is not going to hit the airbag when the end user might be turning the steering wheel there. Thread the screws as much as you can by hand, and then use your tool and only turn the screws by one turn at a time to keep both faces parallel to each other. Holding the clamp from moving with one hand, make sure you're happy with the position, which I am now, and we can start threading the screws with the tool. So a little bit of resistance there, so now I'll do single turn at a time each side. So when you feel a good amount of resistance, just make sure both faces here are flush to each other, and you can test fit your EuroGrip. So it's not fully engaged here. So we'll continue tightening the screws a little bit more. Checking it again, I think it's a little bit tighter, so we'll test it one more time. As you can see, the release mechanism is now engaged the pin. I can very easily put it in and out. It's locked in and it spins freely, and that's the install done.